The day after a drone exploded in a cornfield in the village of Orsini in Poland's Lublin region, the Minister of Defence answered questions at a press conference related to the violation of Polish airspace. This drone was not launched accidentally. It was launched deliberately to attack Ukraine, and as a result of various measures, it ended up in Poland. The entire operation was launched by the Russian Federation. These conclusions were first reached by local citizens, who were able to watch the recorded moment of the explosion and compare the remains of the drone with the Iranian-designed Shahed drones used by Russia. This incident has certainly not helped the state authorities' PR. The Polish state was slow to react. The situation involving the explosion of this drone took place around midnight. The authorities began their activities after 3 a.m. when the police finally arrived. In fact, for a whole 36 hours, the Minister of Defence and the Polish state under Donald Tusk gave us the spectacle of incompetence. First, the military stated that it had not detected a violation of Polish airspace and that an old engine had exploded in Orsini. Later, at a conference in Minsk Mazowiecki, the head of the Ministry of Defence wondered whether a smuggling drone had exploded in a Polish field. At this press conference, the enemy was informed that radar protection of our territory had been increased and that certain military units had been placed on high alert. They were given everything on a silver platter. At today's press conference, the Defence Minister answered questions about whether he had revealed too many secrets. Operational Command also makes decisions where you expect information, you ask about even the smallest details, and we always provide what we can. Polish society expects professionalism, competence and clear communication from the Minister of Defence, not propaganda beating around the bush and annoying professionals with the level presented by Poland's Minister of Defence. Yesterday evening, Minister Kosiniak-Kamysz stated that the drone was a Russian provocation sent to test Poland's defence systems. It collected key information about our system. There is no reconnaissance system, but more importantly, there is no effective action by the services that are designed to quickly recognise and transmit key information to the government. As a result, Kosiniak-Kamysz misled the public at least several times by downplaying the issues and later trivialising the message. Opposition MPs entered the Ministry of Defence today with a parliamentary inspection. Many Poles are asking questions about security and the activation of appropriate mechanisms. We also want to ask the Ministry of Defence whether our NATO allies have been notified, or whether this extremely dangerous incident has also been ignored by the Ministry of Defence and the Polish government. Because, with the whole incident surrounding the drone, which appears to have flown in from Belarus, there are more questions than answers. Starting with the Sky Control anti-drone system purchased during the previous government to protect Poland's eastern border. There is still a war going on beyond our eastern border. Poles are at risk of being exposed to this kind of situation, and we do not know whether the air defence system was used properly or whether the radars were even at the border. We do not have comprehensive information about what will happen next with the military unit in Sobieszyn, which was supposed to have an air defence system. Citizens should be informed about whether we are in danger. We should also receive a comprehensive answer as to why Poland's air defence system failed. And what does Prime Minister Tusk have to say about this? We don't know. We do know that he is on vacation and is not concerned with matters such as the penetration of a Russian drone into Poland, at least not for now. Instead, he has time to insult the people of Hungary. Budapest? Perhaps not everyone remembers, but as early as 1994, Ukraine received assurances of territorial integrity from the United States, Russia and the United Kingdom. In Budapest? Maybe I'm superstitious, but this time I would try to find another place. This is not the first time the current Prime Minister has taken a vacation during a nationwide crisis. Interestingly, his current allies also spoke about this when they were not in his party. I wonder whether Prime Minister Donald Tusk will come to the vote at 9 a.m. Rumour has it that he won't. I wouldn't be surprised because that's what he did for 7 years. Whenever there was an important scandal, he was never there, either hiding or sending out a press spokesman. The problem is that despite having organised 3 press conferences, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence has not properly reassured the Polish people, and certainly not the residents of Orsini.
tym momencie to się nie czujemy bezpieczni. Polska jest za mało strzeżona. Po prostu przed tym wszystkim, przecież 2 lata temu było, 3 lata temu to było. No powinniśmy bardziej być bezpieczni. Ani premiera nie ma tutaj, nie ma nikogo.
Uważam, że taka sytuacja nie powinna zaistnieć w Polsce. Żyjemy w tak rozwiniętym kraju i technika już jest taka głęboka i jednak dalej sobie nie dają z tym rady.
Powinien być jakiś system, powinno być to lepiej wykrywane, że nawet jak on leci pod radarem i z małą prędkością, której nie wykrywa radar, no to powinno być to w jakiś sposób wykrywane.
Unless Poland's government starts taking air defence seriously, more such incidents may occur in the future.